come out to see us. And President Clinton, these are all human miners. There's 189 Waterkeepers in this group. We have them on every continent. They're from 19 countries. We have 17 in Australia who are not here today. We have 7 in China, 7 in Russia. We have them all over India, and we have them on most of the major rivers in the United States. Each one has a patrol boat. They have a full-time paid waterkeeper. And as we were talking about last night, we do with law enforcement. We have in this country some of the best environmental laws in the world. And in countries across the world, they have very, very good environmental laws. The problem is that the agencies that are supposed to protect those laws often become captive of the regulated industry. And the laws don't get enforced. My Aunt Jackie once asked my uncle, President John Kennedy, what he thought his greatest quality was. The quality that most suited him to be President of the United States. And the answer that he gave her surprised her. And the answer he gave her was curiosity. When I campaigned for President Clinton in 1992, one of the things that always struck me about his personality was the intense inquisitiveness, this hunger and curiosity about how people lived, what motivated them, what caused them to make certain choices, and how to solve their problems, and not in simple ways. And that's what we're fighting. What we're fighting for is democracy. The best way a democracy is measured is how it distributes the goods of the land, the commons, the air we breathe, the commonly controlled resources, the air we breathe, the water we drink, the wildlife, the fisheries, the public lands, those assets that are not susceptible to private ownership, but by their nature are the shared resource of every community, so that everybody has a right to use the Hudson River or the East River. Every child in the city has a right to take a fish out of that river and bring it home and feed it to their family with pride, with the security they're not poisoning us. Nobody has a right to use it in a way that will diminish or injure its use and enjoyment by others. And the big battle we fight is a battle. The central role of the government and democracy is to protect the commons on behalf of all of the community. And the big battle that we fight is really a fight over the commons. And it's a struggle with corporate America who wants to take this, who wants to privatize the commons. And the General Electric Company has privatized every fish in the Hudson River. The Constitution of the state says we own the fish, but we can't catch them anymore. We can't eat them because General Electric turned them into profits. And we had a president for 8 wonderful years who understood that we are not protecting the environment for the sake of the fishes and the birds, but we're protecting it because we understand that nature is the infrastructure of our communities. And that if we want to meet our obligation as a nation, as a civilization, as a generation, which is to protect which is to pass to our children communities that give them the same opportunities for dignity and enrichment and prosperity and good health as the communities that our parents gave us. We've got to start by protecting our environmental infrastructure, the air we breathe, the water we drink, the wildlife, the fisheries, the public lands, the shared resource, the commons, the public trust assets, the landscapes and rivers that connect us to our past, to our history, that provide context to our communities, and that are the source ultimately of our values and our virtues and our character as a people. And Abraham Lincoln said, America is a good nation, it's a great nation because we are a good nation. And he warned that if we ever stop being a good nation, we'll quickly forfeit our greatness as well. And this president did everything in his power every day of his presidency to make sure that our country continued to be a good nation and to protect the values that make our nation an exceptional nation and a great nation. So I want to thank you on behalf of all of these people for the protection that you gave them and for fighting for the values that make our country great.